Alrighty, so previously on the Cape Crawlers, you guys finally made it to the city of Yacaster, where you were assigned the task of trying to solve a murder mystery involving the nobles of this city. You made your way to the Breeze House, where you surveyed the most recent murder scene, and decided to take a couple of sips from the water next to the bed where the person died.
Yeah. Hi. You called?
Because that was a great idea.
I am a genius.
Brilliant.
And now, as the sun is starting to set, you are making your way to the castle in the center of the city, where the ball hosted by the Jarl of the city to kind of boost morale for the nobles is about to begin.
Yay.
What's up, Danky?
Oh, nothing.
Okay.
I thought I had my ship.
Hmm?
I thought I had my ship muted.
You thought you had what?
My voice comms muted.
Okay. Anywho, with that, you guys have all made it to the ballroom. All except for Hoff, who is still in the kitchen as the rest of the food is just starting to wrap up. The music is playing, and the guests are starting to trickle in.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna perform a medicine check on Korea.
Okay, roll medicine check.
Oh dear, that could have been a nat 1. Oh well.
She is perfectly healthy.
Okay, sweet. Let's go.
Can I do the same?
Sure.
For redundancy.
Damn, okay.
She is perfectly
so 10.
healthy.
By the way, is the lady still there? The leader person who's throwing the ball?
The Jarl? Yes.
Yes,
she
the
is there.
Jarl, that's the word. I want to stop and turn to her and be like, by the way, I may have possibly taken 2 sips from possibly poisoned water.
Possibly.
To test out and see if it is if they have been poisoning people, and that is the way of murder. So if you ever see people checking up on me, that is the reason why.
Qualia, go ahead and roll a persuasion check to minimize the amount of political damage you just did to the cave crawlers.
Great job. I don't know what you needed to communicate
17.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Let's do that. Her jaw just drops just a little bit before going back into a poker face, and just like, you are either one of the most brilliant detectives I have ever met, or I'm not bothering going to your funeral. We'll find out which.
The latter.
Trust me, I've been working on trying to put up a resistance. So we'll see if it helps at all.
Most nobles also do resistances as well. If this poison can kill nobles, your resistance is not going to help.
Anyways, see you in a second then. Alright, I'm gonna go get into position.
Alrighty. Hoff, how's the kitchen coming?
You tell me. I'm in there watching the food.
Well, it's basically pretty much done. Also, you've gone roboto on us, by the way.
Domo arigato,
I have.
Mr. Roboto.
Yep. I understood about a quarter of that.
Okay, that's it.
And I understood about 5% of that.
Try typing.
I speak robot. Hold on. I can translate it.
You can type.
The perfect Warforged.
Yeah, that'd be a little bit better to type right now.
Yo, that's how Andros
Wolfdog
should sound.
said I am in the kitchen watching the food.
Ah, gotcha. So you're staying there?
Except he sounds a little bit better than that. Anyway, back to the cave crawlers, because wrong D&D campaign. Just for the fun of it, Hoff, I'd like you
said
to
making
make
sure
one
there isn't
last,
anyone slipping stuff in the food.
survival check for the food, and then persuasion check for the prisoners, and then finally D100.
You can do this, Hoff.
Oh boy.
Believe in the power of the dice.
Wait.
This is great. Nothing's wrong with it.
And I understood about 0 of that.
I think you said everything is fine.
60%.
Oh!
I hate my life.
Oh my god, no way.
Okay, and your D100?
I'm loving the music.
Oh,
Oh no.
Ow.
Okay, so Hoff is about to die anyway. Anyways.
Oh,
What are you doing?
sometimes sideways. Okay, good to know. Excellent to know, actually. Bloody fucking brilliant.
I should check up on Hoff.
Okay.
Alright.
Hofjavk said yeah.
I wish that I could do a medicine check on myself, Lamau.
Yeah, that'd be a little OP, so I won't be allowing that.
Yeah. You already did that last episode, too.
Except for combat wounds. Because that makes sense. Okay. So, about 10 minutes goes by, small amounts of guests come in. When the valet at
Hofjavk said
the
I'm gonna stay
head
on the
of the
perimeter and
stairs
see if anyone tries to be sneaking.
announces, now entering House of Woodrich. And you guys watch as a series of elves start coming down the stairs. Yup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Jesus.
10 elves.
Wow.
Half
From the House of what?
Woodrich.
Okay.
How much money do you think they got?
What was that?
How much money do you think they got? I mean, like, if they have rich in the name, they're probably extremely poor.
Most of them are nobles, although they do hail from various professions, so it is suffice to say that they are probably rich.
Probably.
Do we, as the cave crawlers, have more money?
No.
Probably not.
A single one of them probably has more money on them right now, let alone how much they have access to, than the
So,
entire cave crawlers
I'm
combined.
assuming that they have at least 1,000 on them.
Should I pickpocket one of
No!
Oh my god.
Joking,
Not a
joking,
rogue.
joking.
You can't!
Joking. I could! I have a +4 in stealth, I have proficiency in it, but I was joking.
You know what? For the fun of it, daydream. Smokey, I'd like you to make a sleight of hand check.
You got it.
Fails.
Hofjavk said
Oh my
yes.
god.
Yeah, I failed it. Okay.
In this
Oh.
daydream, Smokey promptly gets arrested, thrown into the jail.
Wait, can I...
Because you
that-
slipped up and pickpocketed them while they were still going down the stairs in front of the guards.
Can I also be them, like... Smokey, what the fuck?
Shut up. I'm getting some money.
I'm getting paid.
That is very sneaky.
Sneaky beak.
Right.
I got a fucking 6.
About 5 minutes after Woodrich enters, the same valet then calls out, now entering House of Solo Hall.
Your hall is solo.
Solo
And while
Hall?
Yes. And while the elves were coming in and with fine kind of silk clothing with embroideries all over them, you now watch as a pretty large family of dwarfs comes in. Most of them are wearing armor.
Oh.
Granted, it's very fancy looking armor, so it doesn't look too out of place. But these dwarves are packing.
I like it.
Well, now we know who was scared of the murder and who isn't.
How many?
1, 2,
But
3,
they're solo. How could you have multiple people? when
4,
you're solo? I'm Han Solo.
5.
I'm Han Solo.
I take that back. Only 5 of them come this time.
Okay.
They are shortly followed as the valet calls out, "Now entering House of Dudwell." Dudwell, because I'm
Okay,
pretty sure
I
some
wrote
of you are
that
taking
right.
notes at this point.
Yeah.
That is entirely our new note taker, aka Squeaky Boy. By new, I mean
And you watch as a series of gnomes starts coming down the stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, they're also only sending 5 to this party.
Are they dressed?
Hmm?
Not that it matters, but how are they clothed?
Regular noble clothing.
Okay.
And almost immediately after them, it seems like everybody's coming now. The valet calls out, "Now entering House of Apple Hall." It's exactly how it sounds.
Whoa, what?
Really
People
hoping I'm
with
writing this
Apple
right.
in their name?
Yep.
I need to talk to them.
Actually, you're not the cave crawler who's going to want to talk to them badly.
Bruh, but like, Apple is in my character's last
As
name.
you watch a decently sized family
Apple.
of Dragonborn start coming down.
Whoa.
Why are the Apple people?
1, 2,
I am sad.
3, 4, 5. 5 Dragonborn, and a fun little side note. This is the Dragonborn here. They are all very clearly women. No men are coming in the House of Apple Hall this time.
Interesting.
Men exist.
Crib's about to have a field.
Damn, Kriv!
Oh.
Kriv, you
Harem of the century!
You want the harem?
Oh no, I don't know if my charisma's good enough for that. Oh
I'm
man.
sad that,
Well, we can find out if you want.
Really? Let's go. I gotta try.
Oh my
And
God,
then
bro.
finally, the House of Gallow Hall. Gallo Hall.
Okay, nice.
Oh.
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 I'm guessing the Dragonborns are also in regular noble clothing.
Yes. Though it kind of accents the scales that are visible.
Ooh.
And then Gallow Hall comes down, and it is a family of humans. Where all the others previously had come with very fancy
Smoky
but bright colored
// said I don't
green,
think my
red,
charisma
yellow,
is good
whole
enough.
bunch.
14
The humans
charisma
are
moment.
almost all coming
Kriv Abyssal
down
said emoji
in
thumbs.
dark colors. Dark purple, dark
Villains
green.
right there. They're the villains. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Keep an
I
eye on the
wouldn't be
sons of bitches.
surprised if they were racist. I wouldn't be surprised.
1, 2,
Hoff Jogs said
If it's more
XD.
than 5, it's suspicious.
3, 4, 5,
It's 5. Oh.
6.
Oh my god.
Oh no. No.
Oh my god.
It's them. It's totally them.
Smokey // Diang
You're
said
not
denied
joining the
emoji
party
troll.
directly, Hoff?
Smokey, please.
I'm joking.
Hof Javg said wa.
Hey, we can hear you.
Hello.
Wait, you can't?
Yes,
Kinda,
you are
yeah.
understandable.
For the
Let-
most part.
Understandable.
For the most part.
Oh, thank goodness.
Never mind.
Oh.
And
No,
Roboto's back.
it's well. I think if you go slow,
Try speaking slowly, see what happens.
For shits
Oh.
anarchy. No.
Okay.
No. No.
You're Roboto, but we can understand that.
It worked.
yeah.
I was going to be on the perimeter.
Wait, hold on.
I'm so sorry.
What?
I love this, but it's.
On the what?
We're not laughing at you, Hoff. We're not laughing at you. We're laughing at the Roboto voice because it is just gold. right
I
now.
might be able to fix this. Wait, Hoff, what time zone are you in? I think I can fix this.
Hoff is in California.
Pacific
Oh, well,
Coast.
never mind then. 'Cause it was set in West Coast, so. Yeah, I thought I could change it, but.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. Because of rope.
Okay, just type.
Okay,
Just
just
type.
type.
I can't maintain a straight face with this. You're gonna break your DM with this.
Also, while people are
Even the laugh.
The lagging.
The music is not helping. The music is not helping.
The laughing is good.
It really isn't.
Peter,
Hoff
pause the
Javg
music
said
for
my
a
dog.
second.
Oh my god.
I thought that hurting so much.
By the way, while he's using D&D chat to like do that, please don't type in D&D chat while he's using it for text to speech.
Use D&D all that for
You can
your
type.
You can
fun
type.
You can type.
Please stop torturing us. We can't. My sides
would
are starting to
like-
hurt from the laughter.
We would like to be able to understand you.
Oh no, he's understandable. It's just too hilarious.
Oh, I
Yeah.
do not understand at all.
Oh,
Like, it is unintelligible to me.
I'm done.
The laugh was golden.
You know what? I'll be right back.
Billy's gonna need time to laugh.
God damn it.
Cora, take off text to speech for a moment.
Hof Javg said I need to hear that dialogue of mine after this XD.
What about when someone's using text to speech, you type in the D&D all chat, Lamau?
Take it off for a moment.
That requires me.
Okay, let's try this again.
Type it in D&D all chat for now.
Welcome back, music.
Please,
Peter, I love you. Holy shit.
please, please.
I'm gay for Peter. Shut up, Sydney.
Really? Oh my
No,
god,
I'm
I need to
joking,
write
I'm
that
joking.
down.
No!
Oh my.
Hof Javg said I'm wanting to be on the perimeter since my speaking ability is lacking at the moment.
If there's
I'm
anyone
expecting
What do you
out
mean by
there named
perimeter?
Peter, I'll be sure to tell them.
Just looking around.
Oh.
As you wish, Hoff. I'll have you do perception checks every now and then. See if you see anything.
Hof Javg said.
That will mean that he'd be helping me out, I'm guessing.
Hof Javg said well.
I thought you were in the ball.
I am right next to the kitchen door.
Yeah,
Hof Javg said this will be spectacular.
I thought Hoff was gonna stay in the kitchen, making sure that no food gets fucked.
Hof Javg
He
said
did.
wisdom saves.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
the entire time, like anytime food like goes back out.
The wisdom saves.
Okay.
Billy, is there any more houses being announced?
Nope.
Hof Javg said my worst
Okay,
step
then I'll
after
post
strength.
this in the NDL chat.
Hof
Thank you.
Javg said lovely.
Just for now.
Thank you, thank you.
Much appreciated.
Okay. So, with all the houses here and the buffet well underway, the classical music starting, and a couple of couples are starting to dance in the middle of the hall, what are you guys doing?
Just keeping an eye out.
Yeah, I'm continuing
Setting
just
up
to keep an eye on the food and people.
No, I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna go over to Kriv or look at Kriv
No.
and look over and gesture to the other Dragonborns.
Just make sure I'm making sure I didn't miss anyone.
Nope.
Woodrich, Solo Hall, Dudwell, Apple Hall, and Gallant Hall. I announced all 5, right?
Yes.
I really wish
Okay.
that the Apple Hall was the elves, because then I could be like, hello, I also have Apple in my name. Although it's kind of like masculinized.
I'm gonna look at Kriv, gesture and wink while pointing my thumb at the other Dragonborns, and then I'm gonna
I'm
put my
shaking
2
my
hands
head
together,
desperately.
and then like.
Okay. Sorry for the interruptions, guys. I need to disappear for just 1 second.
Horfjavk said.
Sorry. Bad timing.
Horfjavk said brilliant
You
plan.
have to say your plan 3rd time in a row.
Kriv, if they're one of them, you'll know.
Horfjavk
'Cause
said you good
You
Billy.
can just, walk it
I'm gonna
over,
trip-
give them the
I'm
sweet
gonna
talk.
No.
You're gonna what? You're gonna
No,
what?
I'm gonna trip and I'm gonna make a fool out of myself. Everyone in the hall.
No. Trip,
That could be
make
it.
a
That
say.
could be it.
No. Trip, do an acrobatic check. Try and get land safely. I'm like in a really sexy position, and they go like, "Hello, ladies."
Or you could go the other way. The other way. Trip, fall over, start crying, but look over at them like in pleading face.
Oh my god.
I swear we're not gonna make it through this
Horfjavk
entire
said
section
blinks.
tonight.
We are.
No.
You totally got this.
Horfjavk said what am I even hearing LOL.
Hoff,
I just
you're
make
hearing
awkward
one of my
small
genius
talk.
plans on how to hook up Kriv with what, 5 other Dragonborns? Like, come on.
No, wait, they're no.
Danke.
Get the more money out of it though. That's what matters.
Danke, after hearing this, I need to ask how many times have you dated?
I'm not saying it's illegal. Information classified
There we go.
redacted.
It's illegal.
Horfjavk said what they said.
Welcome back.
The amount of giggling as I return is slightly disturbing.
We can tell you after, don't worry.
Yeah, we'll tell you.
Am I gonna
I
need to
can't do
attack
it.
the recording?
No, we'll tell you, don't worry.
I can't do it.
Horfjavk
I'm
said,
telling
oh, you will
I
love
can't.
the
Okay.
recording.
So,
Horfjavk said this is go.
alright. Since you winked at Kriv,
Horfjavk said very
pointing
go.
at the Dragonborn. Kriv, what are you doing during this lovely
Oh
night?
my god.
Please tell me Kriv didn't see it.
Kriv, I'm just giving her the stare. I know you saw
can I
that.
roll a perception check to see if I saw that?
What's your passive perception?
12.
You saw it.
No.
Why?
Kriv.
But,
I
like-
pretend to ignore that.
But,
Make a
like,
deception check.
I mean, the other thing is, Kriv is also busy watching the food, making sure no one
Yeah,
knows.
exactly. Let's go.
I want to whistle.
He has a job to do.
Hey, please, I got
Yeah.
it.
Smokey, make a perception check.
Alright, but that's even better.
Oh my god.
Smokey, you notice Kriv trying to ignore you.
Please. The dice are working in his favor.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand. Or I don't have Mage Hand, damn it.
Nice,
I was gonna say I cast Mage Hand and make it tap her shoulder and slap her.
Do you?
You're gonna use Mage Hand just to tap her shoulder.
I don't have it equipped. Can I
You know
use
what?
this
Rule
once?
cool. I'll let you do it. You tap her
Billy.
shoulder.
I use Mage Hand to tap her shoulder.
Okay.
Do I see this happening?
I looked the complete opposite direction of where the tap came from.
I slap on. Oh my god. I then
And the
grab
Mage
her
Hand
head.
fades.
Fuck! Damn it. Okay, fine. You win. You win for now.
Let's
For
go.
now,
You
you
can
win.
Oh,
I'll
I
get,
am
I'll
too
get it.
stubborn.
I'll get you with them. I'll get you with them. Just you wait.
No. I'm
What
gonna.
if we
Smoking
whistled?
could go over to the Dragonborn and point Kriv out.
No.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
won't go. I head over. All right, fine. Since you want to play that way,
Oh
Kriv,
my
I'll.
god!
I walk over to one of the Dragonborns.
Okay.
Hey there. My friend, they seem interested in you. They're like,
I'm looking nowhere near them.
Can I go up behind him and grab his arm and be like, I'm so sorry about him. Dinky, what the fuck are you doing?
I'd
No,
like the
their
two of you
interests
to
are
make
gonna be
initiative
piqued.
rolls,
Their interests
just to
are
see
gonna be
who
piqued.
gets to do what first.
Oh my god.
No!
Is that a natural 20? Oh no, it's
no,
not.
it's
Okay.
not natural.
Nope. Smokey
Hey,
gets there
so-
first, well before Qualia can do anything about it.
I have a friend of mine. They're interested in you. They're too shy though.
You know,
To talk.
I intended mine to be after he finishes saying it, so I can just grab him and be like, think, stop. I plan to let him finish before.
Yeah, I give them. Yeah. My friend
Okay,
over here.
um,
They're interested in you.
Please. Oh my god.
So neat. This is payback for you being a ranger the whole time.
No,
Yeah.
it's just a rain. There's nothing wrong
I'm trying to
with
pick
Nah.
out which one you ended up talking to.
Oh my
it.
god.
Oh my god. Please choose someone nice.
Roll a d6.
Please don't.
And if it's a 1, then none
Okay.
of them mind. None of them pay attention.
So you walk up to one of the female Dragonborn, a moderately attractive woman wearing bright green and black clothing. And she, listening to you, raises one of her eyebrows and just like, exactly who is your friend?
No.
Their name's Kriv. They're a brave adventurer and warrior. They've
no.
fought up. They've
No.
fought off like so many things before. They're
Can I
over
use
there, and I
Exaggerating.
point to Kriv.
Can,
They confronted a dragon.
Without even looking at the direction you're pointing, the person just responds with, "I'm sorry, but we don't date non-Dragonborn." And she starts to
No,
walk
no, no,
away.
no, no. They're Dragonborn. They're Dragonborn.
Wait, there's another Dragonborn here?
Yeah.
She immediately points the way you're looking.
No.
can this be when I show up and be like, Dinky, please?
The Dragonborn, grabbing a glass of champagne from one of the passing waiters, downs it in one go and puts it back on the spot and starts walking towards Kriv.
And then I go back to my post, and then
Oh,
I go back
no.
to my post, and then
You-
I'm done.
I
My
am
mission is done.
So I
Unwilling.
never even got to stop
Oh.
and be like, oh my god.
I'm gonna go back to my post
Kriv.
Yes.
In fact, just for this, so that way Kriv doesn't get kind of booted out by everyone else's voices, I'd like everybody but Kriv to mute, please.
Hofjavk said oh no XD.
Oh my-
Okay, so Kriv,
yes.
you're at your post near the left buffet, watching the food and everybody there, when you notice one of the Dragonborn start making a near perfect beeline straight towards you.
Oh god.
What do you do?
I'm startled. Very startled.
She's approaching.
Direct
10
eye
feet.
contact. Direct eye contact.
Make eye contact.
I just stand there, shocked. I'm like flight or flight response, and
Yeah.
I froze.
You're standing there, shocked, looking into her beautiful golden eye.
Damn.
It almost seems like, with
What?
looking into her, she picks up a bit of a bounce in her step. And she gets to you. Hello there.
Hi.
I didn't expect to see any other Dragonborn here today.
I'm.
Is it-
I'm just a stuttering mess.
Make a either a persuasion or a performance check, your choice.
Yeah. Oh no!
That's all right. You can roll into this. You are completely blindsided, not only by this dragonborn who you thought you wouldn't see another one again for years, talking to you, but by just her sheer beauty. The way the golden embrace of her green dress accents the gold of her eyes. You're not sure what.
Oh, alright, I can recover. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was just left speechless by your beauty.
make, make a persuasion check with advantage, please. No. She counters with, I came over here in such a hurry because I was completely blindsided by how handsome you are. So we have that in common.
Oh, wow.
Are you a guest here today?
Hoff
or are
Jock
you
said,
one
"Oh
of the
God."
people here to serve the nobles like me?
Oh my god.
Hoff
I'm
Jock said
just-
0 to 0.
I'm a guest here.
Even better.
Ah,
Tell me, my dear, do you have any other plans tonight besides this stuck-up ball? I'm sure we can find other ways to entertain ourselves.
oh, I'm sure.
But before we get to that, could I
Hoff Jock
perhaps
said holy.
interest you in a dance?
Hoff Jock
How
said
did-
this
oh,
woman is
I'm
dominating.
Sorry. It's been a while since I've last danced.
Same here. I'm sure we can be
Hoff
quite
Jock said
entertaining
like
for everybody
assertiveness.
else at the same time.
I see. Well, may I have this dance then?
Hoff Jock
By
said
all
just
means.
next level stuff.
Make a performance check with advantage.
Hoff Jock said just well.
Nice. Nice. Everybody else can unmute. And prepare your ears.
The fucking
Kriv is gonna leave us.
Hold on. Are all of the cave crawlers going to get married? Are we all going to end up getting married? First is Smokey, next is Kriv.
Oh my god.
Kriv, fuck you.
You
Revenge,
expecting me to
motherfucker.
fail that? You expecting me to fail that?
No, I knew you would. I knew you would fucking succeed
Hoff
on
Jock
those.
said, "I
You don't
swear."
understand. I just knew it. The stars were aligning.
Oh my god.
Oh
Why would
my
you?
God.
Oh,
Because
I was not prepared
You
for that.
played a ranger.
No.
For those of you who don't have the music turned up, I recommend you do. This next part will be even funner. You all have had your chance to berate Abyssal for a second. I'd like everybody to mute once more. Alrighty. You take the lovely Dragonborn's hand in yours, and you head to the floor right as the current song finishes playing. You ready yourself thinking it's going to be just another song when your date for tonight nods at one of the players.
Oh my god. Tango. Oh.
I'd like you to make another performance check, please.
Mhm. Oh. 12.
12.
Mm-hmm.
You stumble a little bit, but then you start getting into the rhythm of the tango,
A tango.
stepping to and fro, even adding a dip for your partner as the music goes to and fro. Go ahead and make another performance check.
I have the perfect excuse whenever if I fail. Oh. It's okay. I got this. I already have my line
going
set
to
up.
poison the food.
Alrighty. You go
We're not
into a dip
watching.
when you almost let go of your partner, but you manage to yank her back in place and you resume a more mellow dance for but a second.
Okay.
What's your reasoning?
I'm sorry. I just keep getting lost in your eyes.
Persuasion with advantage, please. Brilliant. It's understandable, darling. I can barely stay out of yours. One last performance check.
Uh-huh.
Nice. You do manage to add a couple more flares right as the song is ending. And you stop, looking around, realizing you were the only ones doing the tango. And the song ends to applause. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Alrighty. Go ahead and unmute everybody.
Oh my god! I went from freaking out about Kriv getting married soon to, oh god, Kriv isn't watching the table right now. Someone's gonna poison the food while they're not looking.
Oh my god, bro.
I'd like everybody who's at the party but Kriv to make perception checks real quick to see what you were doing during the tango.
Oh, fuck.
I have to recover from that.
Oh
Too
my
much
god.
attention.
Squeak, you're down the hall.
Bro, I was
Qualia, you heard the tango and you immediately turned your head towards it, completely not expecting that song, and you see your dragonborn partner dancing with this beautiful dragonborn.
And you wanted
And
to
you are
stop me.
completely just
Enthralled.
taken aback and watch the entire dance.
I'd
Smokey,
like to imagine-
you see the same thing. You're able to keep a couple glances here and there out from the dance, but you for the most part, are also sucked in by this performance.
Can I just be smirking the whole time like I did that? Fuck here.
Smokey the Wingman.
You,
Yes.
I'd like you to roll a d20 for me, please.
Okay. Oh damn. My rolls are
You have the biggest shit-eating Cheshire grin on your face right now. It is obvious as all hell.
Burp real quick.
Okay.
In fact, it's so obvious, Kriv, when you finally come out of the daze of the tango and you're looking around, the first thing you see is that Cheshire grin off of Smokey.
Oh, just wait till we're out of this place.
And Squeak, you were pretty similar to the others. You managed to actually keep a decent lookout, so not just glances, but actually looking around. But for the most part, you're watching the tango as well.
Oh my god.
Hoff, perimeter check, please, through perception.
Okay.
What the fuck is your sister doing?
Oh, you heard that?
Okay. The perimeter is clean. there's an abnormally large amount of guards both on the grounds, right outside right in the castle grounds, and a large amount of them on the walls. This place is pretty secure tonight.
Okay, I'm back.
Can I look up, make sure the druid is up there?
Yep, he's up there in his bird form.
Okay. And my dragon is also chilling?
Hmm?
My dragon's also chilling up there too?
Yep.
Okay.
Wait, does
Though
the
it looks like he
dragon...
might be falling asleep.
Oh my
Does-
god. Motherfucker. No. My dragon! No!
Do the druid and Bard
motherfucker.
not make perception rolls?
I'll do a perception roll for the druid. The bard's too busy playing for the most part, especially with that
Okay.
tango.
Oh
He's
my
falling
God.
asleep to the music. God damn it.
Horfjavk said sounds good. I'll be focusing on the parts of the perimeter that are the most quiet.
The most quiet's the north part, right where the windows are. You can hear the party, especially the tango, but the grounds at the north part of the castle Hoff are the most quiet.
Hey, Billy.
Hmm.
Can I signal my dragon to come pick up my tiny cannon so he can be up there with him to help?
How do you signal them?
I whistle.
You want to attract attention to the dragon at the top of the chandelier against the minister's orders.
Oh wait, did they say that? Oh, never mind. Not bad. Okay.
So do
Oh,
you want to, or do you
No,
don't
no,
to?
no, I'm good. That was just me being stupid. No, I'm good.
It's all good. You probably forgot because it's been like
Horfjavk
2 weeks
said
since we
good.
last
I'll
played.
concentrate my attention there while occasionally looking into the ball.
Okay. Don't worry, Abyssal, I'm almost done picking on you. But we gotta wrap up your little mini session here.
Done.
At least for the moment. She responds with, "Whew, that was quite the lovely dance, my dear.
It
Maybe you would
was.
like to grab a drink with me?"
Sure, why not?
Excellent. I noticed private little area in the castle grounds where you and I can get to know each other.
Well, then lead the way.
Horfjavk said, are you serious? Kriv Abyssal said emoji thumbs.
Hey, every D&D group's got that one person who
Horfjavk
should
said,
be a
am I
bard.
really gonna be playing third wheel here lol?
Well, the dragon board's leading them to the east grounds. You're at the north ground. Or sorry, not east, west. Sorry.
Horfjavk said that's a relief XD.
I mean, if you did a full perimeter sweep, you would definitely see it. See these two getting to know each other.
Horfjavk
Anyway,
said,
back
does
to the
Horf
party,
notice of them leaving?
Now that Crib's little fun is out of sight. I'd like... Squeak, what you up to?
What?
What are you up to, Squeak?
Just looking around, seeing if anything suspicious is happening, and whenever food goes out of the kitchen, I'm just checking it.
The food's stopped coming out of the kitchen. It's done at this point. Trying to minimize the amount of foot traffic from the servants on the floor now.
Then yeah, just taking a look around.
Okay. Make a... Herpeter, you know which role I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm guessing perception.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, that's a nat 20. 24.
Nice.
Ooh.
I see everything. My third eye has opened.
Can I be signaling him?
Signaling who?
Squeak.
What do you want to signal him for?
Like, I just want to, like, wave to try to get his attention and, like, point at the table. To be like, hey, like, Kriv isn't here. Or at least, actually, I want to approach him and be like, hey, Kriv is preoccupied. Do you want to take over for them? I don't see any other food coming out.
I don't think I'd be able to hear that.
No, I walked over.
Well,
Oh,
you saw with that nat 20, you definitely saw Qualia trying to get your attention.
the question is, would Squeak leave their position?
You could make a private decision roll if you want.
True that. Okay,
And-
Squeak would move to Gorora.
Hoff, roll a d4 for me.
Oh, God.
Yes, you would notice Hoff because you are in the east. You are in the east side as they're exiting. So you notice Kriv with his new date talking underneath the arboretum.
Hofjavk said awesome. Okay.
Anyway, back to Squeak.
I walk over to Gorora. I made a personal roll, by the way. I walk over to Gorora. Kura, will you mind running down what you want to tell me again?
I'm just saying, it seems that Kriv is going on a date now. Do you want to take over what she was doing?
Squeak answers.
I don't see any food
with
coming out, so...
Squeak answers with
Hofjavk
voice.
said Hof will pass by their
No,
area to get a
me
status
best
update
eyes.
before continuing.
And goes to the other side of the wall where I was, but checking around the tables instead of like staying at the kitchen door.
Okay.
Wait, you're checking
As
the
a-
tables? Like, what?
As a bonus for your natural 20, Squeak,
Mm-hmm.
I'll allow you to ask a question about the state of one of the houses, and I'll tell you what their party is up to.
Oh, okay, nice.
And just
let
like
me check the
general
houses again.
feel for that party. You have the house of Woodrich, Sola Hall, Dudwell,
Mhm.
Apple Hall, and Gallow Hall.
Let's go with Gallow Hall.
Okay. Gallow Hall are the ones that are kind of wearing darkish clothing. They're moving around. They're pretty dispersed at the moment, talking with other nobles. They seem tense at the moment, though looks like they're just starting to relax.
Hmm.
I mean, fair.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Can I take an opportunity to go and talk with one of the tables, or maybe like try and listen in to what they're talking about?
While there are a couple small tables around the perimeter, most of the guests are standing around the banquet tables or dancing in the middle.
Could I go to can I try and listen in to some of the ones talking?
Sure. Are you going to the left tables, the left banquet, the dancing area, the right banquet, or the right tables?
Let's go to the left banquet.
Okay, that's where Kriv was.
Hmm.
From there, you can hear conversations from members of Woodrich, Dudwell, and Apple Hall. Which party members do you want to listen in on?
Why not the whole conversation?
Well,
Oh wait, they're not talking to each other, are they?
Yeah, are they
those are
talking to each other? Or is...
so you can hear conversations, and members from those houses are the people you'll be able to hear, like
Okay.
around you.
Okay, so they're different conversations.
Yes.
Okay, I thought that you meant that they were talking to each other. I think Squeak
Nope.
did too.
There's 6 people talking around you in 3 separate parties. 2 from the house of Woodrich, 2 from Dudwell, and 2 from Applehall.
Okay, 2 of each. Okay. I'm in between the Applehall and Woodrush.
What was that?
Let me do another self roll real quick.
Okay.
Okay. I guess Woodrush.
Woodrich?
Yes.
Okay. They are the elf house, in case your memory needs refresh.
Mm-hmm.
You listen in, and you're listening right at the opportune time, because one of the elves, a male elf, about 5'5", says to another elf, a female elf, about 5 foot, Miss Valia, it's been a while since we've seen the House of Dudwell out. Who's the one in the golden dress?
Oh.
The person who you deduced is Valia responds with, that is Semra Linkhall. She's one of the newer nobles to this area.
Can you repeat the name?
So the elf, her name is Valia. You haven't heard her last name yet.
And the golden dress lady?
Semra Linkhall.
I'll try and remember
I
that from
will
memory.
copy and paste into the chat for you for both.
Yes.
DM Belikup 32 said elf is Vayner.
And Dudwell is the gnomes, by the way.
DM Belikup 32 said Simmerlingen Hall.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And yes, every single member for all 5 houses has a full backstory. Shout out to Lynn.
Oh, okay. Do I hear anything else apart from this? Like, does the conversation keep going?
1 second. And also, Abyssal, you learn that this is the name of your date.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway, sure. You want to? Do you want to continue listening on their conversation, or are you gonna tune
Yes,
this one
it seems a little bit interesting. So yes.
Okay. The Valia continues. Have you not met her yet, Perrin? And Perrin responds with, no, I haven't. I honestly didn't even know about her till today. That's understandable. She was a member of the lower nobility up until about a year ago. Then again, last year, a lot of lower nobles have become higher. And Perrin responds with, "What has the city come to? Why do we bother staying here, Valia?" She scoffs and is just like, "Because it's easy money, and this is where our family has stayed for generations. And as long as I am head of household, we are staying." Yes, mistress.
Good thing it stayed.
The two of them start wandering off towards the right buffet, looking more towards the meat area.
NPCs and sorry, NPC behavior.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll leave someone else to continue for now.
Okay. Alright, so Smokey, the tango has just ended. You're starting to recollect your poker face now that you know Kriv saw your chest arrow smile. What are you doing?
Just keeping an eye out still. I got nothing else to do. I already did what I wanted. Can I examine the food?
Sure, make a medicine or survival check.
Just pretends to be a food critic.
No.
I thought you were
16.
16?
Mhm.
It looks delicious.
Dang.
You even notice that there is a bit of dragon meat here,
Hey,
too.
what?
They've really got the good stuff.
Damn. Okay.
Not my
I wish I could have
ancestors.
a bite of that. Damn.
I thought that you were about to say I want to examine Q, but then I was like, oh wait, no, food.
Oh well. I just keep an eye out then.
It actually kind of makes your mouth water a little bit, because dragon steak, for a single dragon steak, typically runs about 10 gold pieces.
Bruh.
It's that rare.
Can I even have a bite? I can't, right? Could I?
Yeah. What's stopping you?
It could be poisoned. Ooh. No, I already deducted that it's not though. So fuck it. I'll take a bite of that. Yeah.
No!
You grab one of the dragon steaks, put it on a plate, and have a bite.
Nice.
Roll a
Why didn't you
D100.
do a medicine check? Why didn't you do a medicine check, you dumbass?
He did.
Oh, wait, he did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. I see it.
81.
Oh,
Yay.
God.
Okay. Good to know.
I'm no longer eating shit. That's all I'm eating. Okay.
Really, by now I'm asking myself, are you just doing this to make us tense or not?
You don't know. And to be perfectly blunt, I'm never going to tell you.
Oh my God.
You're never gonna tell us what?
Why you're rolling D100s.
Oh my
The only
God.
other person who knows why is Lynn, and I doubt you'll ever get Lynn to tell you.
No, we won't. Oh God.
Okay. Smokey, using one of the knives, you cut the steak, and it is perfectly cooked to a medium rare. You take a bite into it, and is the most heavenly, almost euphoric thing you have ever tasted.
Yummy. Yeah.
Even your most
Oh, he's about to get
favorite
addicted.
food back from your hometown feels like eating raw pig compared to this.
Damn.
But raw pig tastes good.
So while Smokey is lost in food heaven, Qualia, what are you doing right as the tango ends? You just finished talking with Squeak.
I'm just continuing to try to keep an eye out, try to look for anyone who is being sus, as the kids would say.
Okay, make a
Perception.
you know which roll. Yeah. Sorry, my brain's starting to fry a little.
12.
You hear whispers here and there most of it about how what Squeak had heard earlier, that a lot of lower nobility are starting to rise up the ranks.
Good
But
for them.
you don't notice anything particular during this half hour.
Is Dinky still like when Dinky stops eating? I want to like walk over to him and be like, check. I want to see if he can do a check after
Check of what?
me making sure
Medicine check
I'm
for you?
not- Yeah,
Sure.
you know, because I'm 98% poisoned. I meant likely to be poisoned, but
Go ahead and make the medicine check.
Bold of you to assume I would do so. I'm munching right now. Give me a second.
You can do it,
Actually,
Smokey.
hold on. Before you make the check, Smokey, I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw real quick.
What?
Oh my god.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Oh gosh.
15.
You just
Ooh.
barely pass.
Oh my
That was
god.
poison?
It's that good.
I fucking
Oh.
about to say is that.
Oh.
Oh my god, he was about to become addicted, wasn't he?
No, not addicted, but just lost.
Okay, well, oh well. Hold on, let me finish this plate, and then I'll check on you, okay?
Okay, make a medicine check.
Alright.
Yeah, no, like I
Time.
said, I'm doing that afterwards.
Yeah, after. So I got 10.
Qualia
How
is
do we keep
perfectly
getting-
healthy.
How do we keep getting this trash medicine checks? What the hell?
Alright, you check out, you're good, and I pat her back and send her away.
Okay. Hoff, I'd like you to make a another check to see how much you can hear of Kriv's conversation.
It's not gonna be much of a conversation, is it?
Okay. You
Oh,
can't hear Jack
God.
Diddley Doo Dah. Alright.
Have you ever heard of zoning out before? Because that's what you're doing.
Alrighty. So
Pulling a poop.
out of character for a moment, Abyssal, I know I've picked on you a lot for roleplay tonight, so if you want to skip over the just talking with your date bit, I'll allow it. Or if you feel like you're still up for roleplaying, we can keep going.
Oh, I won't even know what to say.
Do you want to skip, or do you want to try more roleplay?
You know what? I will try.
Okay,
Let me
cool.
see how that goes.
The skip remains open, so just say out of character skip if you want to stop, alright?
Yeah.
Because I know I'm pushing your tolerances tonight.
I have like 0 experience with role playing. I'm gonna try this.
Okay.
Find you.
What?
I heard Billy, how do I mute?
I didn't hear anything besides
No, he
Billy.
said I find this cute.
Oh, okay.
You got this, Kriv?
Alright. So
I don't.
your date leads you up the stairs, and as you're talking, you learn that her name is Biri. Biri. You go up the stairs, exiting the main doors, heading to the right, down a rather large hallway. The classical music of the ball starting to fade as you get further away. Wrong button. And as you exit another pair of large doors, you are greeted with the chirps and the of crickets and the small rustling of wind. There are small lanterns along the ground leading you towards a God, what are those things called? Sorry, my English is failing on me. The outdoor structures with a roof. Gazebos. There is a marble gazebo that is round in shape with a small dome at the top. It's slightly raised off the ground with lawn almost 90% around it, with the exception of the marble path leading to it. Gazebo is empty. Fury leads you to the gazebo where you sit down with your rather large glasses of champagne. You are Dragonborn after all. Putting her head in her hands, looking into your eyes, she just responds with, "And now that you have my full attention, what would you like to talk about?"
Okay, I got this.
She says, the light glistening off her golden eyes.
Oh my gosh. Alright. This is such a charming place you brought me to, but not as charming as the view I see right in front of me.
Just laying on the flirt.
Yes,
I can respect that. The rest of you don't have to be muted, by the way.
Sorry, I need to take all of this in.
My, aren't you a Tell me, how many conquests have you left throughout the Empire?
Oh my. Oh.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
If it makes you feel any better, Abyssal, this is the most amount of flirting I've done in months.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Give me a moment. I need to think of a response.
That's all good.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if this is entertaining or painful for the rest of you.
Entertaining as hell.
No.
1% entertaining, 5% painful. So that's 7%, right?
Really?
Come on, Hoff.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I thought of a response.
Okay, what's your response?
Conquests, you say? I'm gonna have to say you're my first one.
Hey,
Ooh.
Jesus Christ, that was awful. That was good. That was like disgustingly good.
No,
That was disgustingly good.
that just made this go from like mediocre like entertainment to like really great entertainment.
Yeah, like awful. I mean, fucking awfully
like you
good,
just
bro.
fixed
Jesus.
the entertainment. Like
I
I love it now.
I get the distinct feeling, my dear. Tonight's going to have plenty of firsts.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
Wait, you still have version?
I work an eyebrow at that.
Oh,
I'm going to be an uncle.
darling. I don't bite much.
Oh shit!
You should be disappointed. Be like,
At that, I get flustered.
Constitution check?
Oh my god. Well, Constitution. Oh my god. I got this. I got this. I got this. I got this. I don't got this. I don't got this. I don't got this.
Oh my god.
what the fuck?
Your scales are starting to turn a very distinct shade of red. And you didn't know they can do that.
That's the new part. They actually can't.
Okay. Oh wait, I just thought of something and it just left my mind. What was it? What was I gonna say? Oh god. Never mind. Anyways.
To the response of your blushing scales, hers also start to turn a distinct shade of pink. And I can tell I need to give you another break, so we'll pick up on this later.
No, I'm just trying my best to think of what's the best response to this.
You're playing 100 each hats.
Okay, I would like everybody else to make perception checks to see what you all are saying, including Hoff.
I got 7.
Oh, Billy, you're not gonna believe this.
Oh,
You got no natural 20,
Another
didn't you?
20.
God.
So you're where all the good rolls are going instead of the medicine checks.
Exactly.
You know what? Next time I'm going over to Squeak and I'm just gonna be like, hey, can you?
Okay. So Smokey don't see Jack. Qualia don't see Jack.
I really don't see Jack.
And Squeak still has his third eye open.
You only have 3.
I would like Hoff to roll a d4 for me to see which quadrant you're in.
Oh,
Okay.
where am I at?
I need you to do a reroll.
Why? He got a 4.
Because I'm using 1 through 3. 4 is the rogue number.
Oh,
What if 4 was Billy Pigs?
Okay, so you're in the west side. Because while there are 4 quadrants, the gate is so heavily guarded, it's useless going there, which is why we're only using 3. Okay. Good to know.
I
Squeak.
zoned out there.
All right. Resuming the music because we're back to the ball again. So the ball is underway, and a more gentle song is playing as people start to dance. When, as I mentioned last session, the windows, which are tinted, so it's hard to see out of them because they're showing the battles and famous people. You notice the middle left window, a figure passes by for a moment, heading towards the left. And then at the far left window, you notice the very slight outline of someone watching through the window.
who notices this?
What do you do, Squeak?
Um,
Wouldn't it be funny if you just...
I'm kind of wanting to try and call the attention of the druid to see if the druid can see better than me. Because right now I see a shadow, right?
Right. You can try to look up at the window, but thanks to the tint, it's not really possible for anyone on the inside to see outside.
Oh, so from the inside. Okay. Because I was
Yeah.
thinking like maybe I could get the druid to see up more directly at it, but then no, it wouldn't be possible. Oh gosh.
Do you like my idea?
Do I make out the outline, or does it look like a robed person or something?
You can make up enough of the outline to know that it's not a dragonborn, because you would notice the scales on the periphery of the shadow, but that's it.
Oh gosh.
What if that's supposed to be a distraction? But what if it's not?
As you're deciding what to do, the shadow moves a little bit more, and it looks so it's about halfway at the window now, and you can notice the slight movement of hands along the periphery.
Of hands?
Like this person is up to something.
Can I steadily walk over to where both Pora and Danky are?
Yeah, you're keeping an eye out from the door. They're down at the right banquet.
Yeah, I would like to try and get to them as fast as possible, but at the same time not making it obvious that something's happening.
Stealth check.
Okay, I should be good at this. Yes, like I said, I should be good at this. That's a 22.
Plus the natural 20 from the perception was boosting you as well. Yep. You are almost able to be at a run and nobody's noticing.
Okay, good. I still have enough stealth to...
Yeah, you get there in about 5 seconds flat.
Oh, perfect, okay. I want to tap on both of their shoulders and point at the window.
Alright. You both are aware of the shadow now.
Got it.
Yeah, subtly, and I want to be like, shh, really low.
Okay. Right as you finish tapping, the shadow seems to stop moving for but a moment, and it then turns just a little bit, and you can make out a very small amount of circle along part of the shadow near the head.
Circle?
Yeah, like maybe a pipe or something.
Oh, they're about to do a blow dry!
Where am I?
Huff wants to know where he is located at.
You are in quadrant 3, which puts you at... You are in the west side.
Do we see...
Can I see where it's aiming?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to ask. Where is it aiming?
It looks like it's aimed towards the dance area, maybe. But you're not quite sure.
I want to be standing generally in that
Quick
dance area.
question.
Slowly.
What?
Okay, hear me out. Could I ready a shield spell? And if they shoot something, jump over at it and just block the shot.
You got this, Cap. You have this, Cap. Come on, Cap. Let the Cap do it.
Huff, I've got another question right after.
No, you can't. Because look at the range of the shield.
Yeah.
You can only do it to yourself.
Exactly.
Okay, can I try to take the shot then?
You would have to be in the middle of the dance area to even have a hope of doing it.
I want to move into the dance floor too, but like slowly.
No, I'm joking. I don't move. No.
I am. I'm not joking. I want to go in there.
Okay.
Considering my speed, and let's say I added to my speed the, I guess, dash action. Is it dash?
Yeah, there's the dash. You also have your mobile feat too.
Yes. Considering I add that, for example, would I be able to get to them fast enough?
Oh my
Like
God.
go outside and get to them?
Yes. Or would I be from a pretty long, or would it be like a really long distance to them?
It'd be pretty far.
Is there no doors that make it a little too for me to go a little bit closer or anything?
No, the quickest way from what you've seen is that you would need to exit the dining hall through the main doors, and then go either left or right to the west or east sectors and curve up to the north area. You would have to maintain stealth till you're out of the dining area, but then you'd be able to pull a full sprint. Once you get out of the dining area, pulling a full sprint, you can probably get there in about 15 seconds, but you would lose your stealth entirely doing that.
Which wouldn't be convenient because they'll take notice of me. Okay. Is the window a little bit open or is it completely closed?
It's sealed. There's not even hinges.
Hmm. If you want a way to catch this person, we need to get close to them.
I mean, there's one person who has a climbing speed here.
Climbing wouldn't help here.
Well, no, they go outside and they climb up on top of the building to where the window is.
We could
No,
climb,
the
but there's
window's
no
at
way
the
out.
ground. Remember, the hall is
Oh, yeah.
underground.
I thought you
So
said
the
it was
windows that
open
you are,
with-
the windows that you are at ground. The windows that the person's at are at ground level.
So the ball is down, like, into the ground?
Yes.
Oh. Alright, then my guess was wrong. You're right, Inky. Sorry.
So, could I sprint halfway and then go stealth?
Sure. But it would take you about 25 seconds to get there instead.
Are they still preparing, right?
It looks like they're in the middle of aiming now.
Billy,
Fuck.
Go, take the chance.
Billy, quick question.
What's up?
Would I be able to fit through that window?
No, it's sealed.
Got it. So I can't just.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because I wanted to climb.
So how are they shooting through it then? What? Why are they aiming? It's sealed.
They have gun.
They don't have guns.
They have gun.
No, not gun.
It's a sniper rifle.
It's glass, guys. It's not that durable.
So then but
Yeah, no,
I could
that's
fit through it if it broke.
Squeak, like I said.
If you broke one, yes, anybody could fit through.
Okay.
Sure.
Squeak,
I-
go around and try to, like, flank them.
Wait,
Quickly.
yeah, no, that's my idea, because I could do, surprise attack, is it?
Yes.
I could try and surprise attack.
What just happened?
I accidentally hit the wrong button.
Oh. I'll do my plan, but I'll make sure that Cora and Danky are in the know. But I think Danky already ran to the middle of the.
Oh no,
Well,
I'm
no,
in the.
no,
middle
I
of
didn't. I didn't
dance
move
floor.
yet. Can I start moving closer to that window?
Before that, I just want to ask Hoff a quick question. So, Hoff, knowing that the gate, which is the south sector, is too heavily guarded to be a threat area, are you doing solid circles and going through the gate area, or are you going east through the north and west and then back again? If you're trying to say something, you're going to have to type.
Hoff, type in the D&D chat. We're typing in all chats, and that way you can have voice to text. Oh my god.
Horfjavk said, as I said before, I am focusing on the north sector.
I thought you were patrolling all three sectors.
Horfjavk said with me going into the east and west for light
Okay.
surveillance.
Right as you're finishing your light patrol to the west, I'd like you to make a perception check, please.
Horfjavk said the gate I avoid because it's got enough protection.
Please, not they.
Horfjavk said danger.
Oh gosh.
You're gonna have to get closer through your patrol before you'll notice them, but you will eventually. But for the moment, no. Okay, so back to the main group. Squeak, what are you doing?
I'm
Horfjavk
going
said shoot.
to get out of the ballroom, like we talked before. I'm going to sprint as close as possible with them not noticing, and I'm going to go back into stealth.
Okay.
Even
Stealth
if it
check.
takes me more than 15 seconds. Another stealth hack? Okay, let's see. Don't fail me now. Okay, that's a 24.
Nice. Okay. You're added there in pretty speedy time. You're about, if you do a full sprint, you can get to the east or west sector in about 6 seconds.
I want to sprint as close as I can, so...
You are speed!
Wait. Right now? So this person is at what sector again?
The windows are in the north sector.
Okay.
If
Okay.
if you went to the right, which would take you to the east sector, that would get you closer to the person, but you would have less of an area to slow down and go into stealth for. If you went through the west, it would be farther away from the person, so you'd have better time to stealth, but it would take longer to target them. So fast and furious or slow and careful?
Hoff is at what sector again?
He's just wrapping up his patrol in the west sector. So
And west would be
Yeah.
the slow and steady one.
If you went with Hoff's one, it'd be the fast and furious, because he's closer to the window.
That would probably take him away with my surprise attack, though, wouldn't it? That's what I'm trying to
With
go
his
at right now.
perception check he just did, Hoff probably won't notice you.
I will be sprinting, and if I did saw him, I would try and fucking tap his back or kick him or
Horfjavk
something.
said you could get my help if you get my attention.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
you also have to remember you don't know he's there,
yeah.
but you do know where the person is. So your basic decision is fast and furious by going to the right, slow and steady by going to the left.
Slow and steady will be the one that will probably give me the surprise attack, which is something I want. And by the time I am about to attack or something, I think Huff will be getting closer to us.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna go with the slow and steady.
Okay. I'd like you to make a dexterity, just to see how fast you can run right now.
Don't fail me now. Oh, fucking fail me for 8.
I mean, I'm not going to penalize you below your max because of your feet. You're just not getting any extra from the roll. You're trying your hardest to sprint, but you can't seem to get any more speed out of your already fast legs than you normally get.
Okay.
Okay. I would like everybody but Kriv to make an initiation roll, please, just to see the order of events here.
Are you kidding me? Okay, that's another 8.
Sure, I'm glad I'm at my date, huh?
Yo, Huff is faster. Nice.
And let me make a pair of rolls here real quick to check on my evil people. A 19 and a 15.
Holy shit.
That means that there's 2. You just revealed that there's 2 to us. Also,
They're faster as well.
Maybe there is 2, or maybe they just have an advantage on their initiation roll.
Also, They go before literally any of us.
Yeah.
All right.
Hofjavk said great. This guys is the distraction, aren't they?
And so, Qualia, you're in the dance area, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm kind
Are
of
you just
keeping
like
my eye on
side
him.
glancing the shadow, or are
Yeah,
you
side
actively just
glancing.
looking up there?
Side glancing.
Okay. And then Smokey.
I'm staying on alert at my post.
So you're actively looking at it.
No, not at the shadow. I'm keeping an eye on overall things.
Okay. Thanks to both, because of your perceptions, you do notice this, but Squeak, it takes you an extra. Qualia, it takes you an extra second to notice because you're only doing side glances. A small hole appears in the window. You don't hear anything though.
Shit. Do I know where he's aiming at all? Can I
With your alertness, you hear
Hofjavk
a
said the reverse
small,
of mending, perhaps.
and it sounds like it's maybe within 5 feet of you.
Wait, he already landed?
Mm-hmm.
Should I do a perception to look around?
Sure.
Fuck!
I mean, it's 5 feet away from you. That should be good enough,
Hofjavk said shoot, find the victim.
right?
Right.
Hofjavk said they've been poisoned.
You notice a male human, probably from the House of Galahal. Black clothes with a little bit of green mixed in. Look at the back of, kind of scratch at the back of his neck a little bit. And he's missing it because, just a little bit. But as the collar of his shirt moves down a little bit from his scratching, you notice a red and pink dart in the back of his
I want
neck.
to like walk over to them and be like, "Hi, hello. Have you met the Jarl before?" And if not, would you like to?
Can I? Do I notice this?
Who are you?
I want to lean in and be like, "I work for the Jarl. I need to get you to safety, please."
Hofjavk said medicine, check them, Quora.
Okay.
Come on. Okay, I want to bring them over to some guards.
Hofjavk said
get
medicine
about
is messing with them.
10 feet before he just buckles on you.
Yeah,
That's it.
I want to try to
I
carry,
run over.
I can
I
carry
run
him
over.
because I have high strength. Dinky, you need to watch for any other followers.
Nah, it's too late.
And the music very abruptly.
Shit.
The entire hall is very quickly looking at this.
Hofjavk said 1 moment.
I'm trying to signal guard to like wave him over, like.
Oh yeah, they're already on their way.
And I just want to be like, it's on the back of their neck.
One of the guards quickly grabs the dart and puts it in a silver-looking pouch on their person.
We already have someone that's trying to go after him. By the way,
Can I? Okay. Can I just
telling the
hold
guard
on?
that.
I have a interesting idea. Can I go with it, Billy? Hear me out.
Tell me your idea first.
I run over to the window because I know where it came from. I jump through it as while casting shield, and I start booking it to where the fucker was.
Do you?
Yeah.
Have
I don't
a
think
jump
he's
ability
left.
of some sort?
I have climbing. 20 feet climbing speed.
That climbing would not help with the jump, and you don't have sufficient speed to make a jump of that height.
Can I break the window then using the back of my dagger?
You can break the window, but you're not going to be able to jump through it. You'd have to climb through it.
That's
That
fine.
takes time.
Hofjavk said back.
Because I have a secret weapon.
Go on.
Okay. So once I'm through the window, yeah.
All right, we'll get back to you because unfortunately, Smokey, you're kind of slow on the draw here, as you got a natural 1 on your initiative.
Yeah.
Horfjavk said someone say why he is going there the
Okay.
window.
So, that evil person is done with theirs. Who's next on the initiative roll?
The other evil person.
Hoff. Hoff is next. Hoff, I'd like you to make another perception check as you're doing your rounds.
Come on,
Horfjavk
Hoff,
said
you can
wait,
do it.
since when was I evil?
Since about now.
You're about a third away through your
Horfjavk
your
said underscore
patrol of the
underscore.
north sector when you notice a figure kneeling over one of the windows. Looks like they're putting something away in their cloak.
Get him. Get him.
Get him.
Horfjavk said how far away am I?
About 30 feet.
Fuck. Shit.
Horfjavk said I run over to them and tell them to halt. I prepare my action for if they run away to attack.
Okay. I run over to them, tell them to halt. I prepare my action for if they run away to attack. Okay. So you're running.
Horfjavk said yep.
They notice you right as you get about the 20-foot mark, and they immediately dart away from you towards the east sector. Or sorry.
Don't I get an opportunity attack?
Yeah, east sector. Sorry, my brain's fizzing today. Yes, they're going to run right by you, Squeak.
Yeah, I will get an opportunity attack.
You won't get an opportunity attack, but you will
Horfjavk
see
said
them
my
running.
reaction triggers.
You never got
Oh.
within 20 feet, mate.
Okay. But I can catch up to them, I think.
But I'm going to assume you used your reaction to break into a full sprint on them.
Yep.
For Hoth. Okay. So with Hoth in pursuit, Squeak, you're just getting out the doors, heading towards the left. You are now outside. There's a
Horfjavk
bit of
said
a
hey.
Billy,
patio. What's up?
I said I prepared my action to attack them if they ran.
Yes, but they noticed you about the 20-foot mark, so you never got within attack range.
I still have a dagger to throw.
Okay, if you want to throw your dagger, go for it.
Thank you.
I thought you were using your whip. Oh! Damage.
Oh!
A 4?
That's
The max?
6 damage.
You said 6 damage? Okay.
Be sure to type. Did you like throw it at their leg by any chance?
So you manage to stick the dagger. It actually gets clean into their side, and you hear a bit of a familiar yelp, but they continue running.
I was right.
Familiar.
Billy,
I knew it, Smokey, motherfucker.
If it's bird, I swear to God.
All right. So Squeak.
Do I just do this? Look where I heard it from?
What was that?
Do I place where I have heard that voice from?
History check with disadvantage because you're in the moment.
Get 2 nat 20s.
Where is this? There it is.
That's good, actually.
Not bad.
You can't quite place it, but the incantations do remind you of tabaxis.
Oh my God, this idiot!
I called it, Dinky.
I don't connect the dots, I take it.
Not quite there yet. You need a little bit more because you barely met them.
Fair enough.
And just to remind everybody, just because you think you know who the killer is, doesn't mean you know who the killer is in game. Plus, you don't know motive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so moving on to Squeak. You just get out. You get outside. You look towards the left. You're just starting to get into stealth. You're thinking about you're going to be sneaking up on them when you notice a shadowy figure run right past you towards the wall.
How far away are they from me at the moment?
10 feet.
I can literally catch up to the attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wanna dash over to the main attack.
Okay, I'm gonna say for this for this being a chase scene though, you only get 1 attack.
Bruh! Okay. Sorry. That was my instinct.
Okay. Well, I have Piercer anyway, so I can reroll damage if I.
I'm honestly
Yeah.
surprised we've gone this far into the dance and nobody's used their coin yet.
I don't even have one. Haha!
You know, I'm an idiot.
Okay, anyways, yeah, I want to run over to them and hit their leg with my short sword. Of course, try and slicing through it.
Okay.
Oh, please. Lord of the Dice, give me that critical. Hell yes, not 20.
Natural 20.
Wait, remember this. Wait, let me get it. Critical hit, Piercer. What was the thing? Once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals piercing damage, you can reroll one. No, that's not the one. When you score a critical hit that deals piercing damage to a creature, you can roll 1 additional damage die when determining the extra piercing damage the target takes. I just wanted to make a reminder of that, so it's 3
Go ahead and roll your
damage dice.
critical damage followed up by your bonus damage. Motherfucker.
You're going to kill him, I swear to God.
That's 2 9s. Will you look at that? 18.
Are they dead?
I sliced her leg.
Still alive and they are still running, but they are hurt.
But they
I
went for
didn't
the
slice
leg.
through the leg?
Yeah. He went for the
Yup.
leg.
You slice through a majority of the armor they have on their leg, but it looks like this person's been sliced there before, so they had armor there to begin with.
Fuck.
Bullshit.
You did slow them down a little bit, but they're still going at full tilt speed while you had to slow down to make the attack.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, before I end my turn, because if I'm correct, talking and stuff like that is not an action, right?
Yeah, talking is always a free action.
Yeah,
Can I make a loud whistle?
sure. You make a loud whistle.
I'm hoping to catch attention of anyone, even if it's a guard.
Okay. Make a performance check.
Perform?
He is a Kinku after all.
That is shit. That's 7.
Yeah, but
Not
he's
that
a
loud.
Kinku, though.
Okay. So we're gonna keep focusing on the chase for a moment here. So this evil person's going to spend their bonus action, because remember in my campaign it is a bonus action, not an action, to use a healing potion on yourself. They are going to drink a superior healing potion,
Do you think they stole that one too?
which is 8d4 plus 8.
8d4?
Wait,
Yep.
what?
I hate that.
Superior healing potion.
I hate.
Oh, superior. Oh my god,
Yeah,
bro.
I hate that.
There's a lot of
That's
damage.
30 points of healing.
And
Oh my
fucking
god.
Excuse you?
I just imagine this like leg, half fucked up leg, just going back to normal.
Okay. And they are going to take their action to consume. They take out this right after they're finished downing the first potion. They take out a second kind of triangle pyramid shaped potion. And Squeak, you're close enough with your, and you have dark vision that you can see it's kind of this blackish purple liquid.
Bruh, nah.
And they down it, and poof, they straight up disappear for a fraction of a second. And thanks to the multiple natural 20s you've gotten for your perception, you actually still notice this. They reappear at the top of the wall.
Oh,
And it looks like they have been aiming for this spot because Hoff, you notice this thanks to your advantage from the area. They ran for this spot because there are 2 guards moving away in this spot on the wall. They must have the routes memorized.
Okay.
So Hoff, it's your turn.
Okay, so if I was to sprint, how close would I?
You can get to the base of the wall.
Okay, and
If you
how
want to
far
get
would
as
that
close to
be?
them as possible, or you can hang a left where there's a ladder to the wall, but that's going to still put you about 40 feet away from them.
Okay, can I get within 30 feet of them?
If you go to the base of the wall, yes, but they will have high cover on you.
I go to a sprinter, and I cast Untitled for my bonus
You
action.
need to type, buddy.
Hoff Jogs said compelled duel.
Oh, you're casting Compelled Duel. Okay. I need to reread that, sucker. One of these days,
Hoff
I'm gonna have to
Jogs said
sit down and
wisdom
spend a day
save.
memorizing your guys' spells. Wisdom save, and you have a DC of 13.
Gets a 12.
I hope so.
18 plus 3, 21.
Ah, shoot.
Okay. Squeak, what are you doing?
How far away is he from me?
The wall is about 30 feet from you, and it's about 20 feet up. Do keep in mind for climbing stuff, you move at half speed. So to move 5 feet up takes 10 feet of movement, unless you have some sort of special ability helping you.
Oh no, all I have is the mobile feed and stuff like that. Oh, this is not good at all. What does inspiration do again?
It'll gives you an advantage on any roll of your choice.
Wait,
Short
could I
bow
use
range, you say?
inspiration?
Yeah, if you right-click on inspiration, it explains it better. Or, sorry, left-click on inspiration, the word itself. If you have inspiration, you can expend it when you make an attack roll, saving throw, or ability check. Spending your inspiration gives you advantage on that roll. Additionally, if you have inspiration, you can reward another player for good role-playing, clever thinking, or simply doing something exciting in the game. When another player character does something that really contributes to the story in a fun and interesting way, you can give your inspiration to that character. So you guys can share inspirations with each other.
Let's say I wanted to do an Asian copper dragon roar.
Oh,
Do it!
Would it be within the range?
oh, it's within range.
60%. 60 should work.
The question is, what percentage of your being do you want to invest in this?
Question is, would this be an action or would it be a bonus action? Or would it be no action at all since it's my voice?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to throw you an extra brown. If it's because it's how powerful the roar is, it would normally take an action. However, if you decide to use your inspiration, not only will you get advantage, but I'll let it be a bonus action.
I want to do my loud deafening roar. I want to do it with my inspiration point, of course.
Okay.
What percentage?
Let's see. How much of myself do I want to use? Last time, what did I use? I think I used like 80 or 90.
Right, and it gave you a point of exhaustion.
And it gave me only 1 point of exhaustion. So if I do a little bit lower than that, it will probably either give me the still 1 point or would it give me none?
Do 60.
You haven't experimented with this enough to find that sweet spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Do 60.
I'll do 65%.
Okay. That's fair.
Okay, make a d20 roll with advantage. So 2 d20s.
1, 2. That's a nat 20 and a 16.
What?
So Billy.
Actual...
So Billy, I think your little Kenku needs some. I don't know.
You feel energized.
One of these days.
Squeak, you feel energized. You feel like you could
I scared the shit out of everybody.
You run towards the bottom of the wall, fill your lungs with as much as you can, and let out this mighty roar aimed right at the assassin. And doing so, you only put about 60% of your being into this, but you unintentionally just let out this roar that actually outclasses your 90% that you had done the first time. The section of wall that you aimed it at, where the assassin is gone.
What?
How many bones is broken on him? Oh, also for Hoff's sake, last time that he did this, hold on. Last time he did this, from like
Hoff
a
said.
huge distance away, he did it at like
Hoff said what happened to
90%,
me.
and it basically made the boat almost flip. He has the roar of an ancient copper dragon. He is powerful with this shit.
Actually, you make a good point, Hoff. Hoff, I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw to see if you got
my
hit
God.
by this.
Oh my god.
Hoff said. Hoff said.
You might
Hoff
have
said.
hit Hoff with this.
Hoff said.
Oh my god, come on,
Hoff
Huff, you can
said
do
my
it,
big
please.
If you get a 1, can we say that he's
Wait, but wasn't Huff behind me?
No, he was at the bottom. He was
Oh
at the
my
bottom of
God.
the wall.
Hoff said.
My god. I thought he was still behind, and then I didn't think that he was on the bottom of the wall.
It's too late. We need to keep it. I think it's hilarious having two people so fucking broken.
Oh no, he rolled a 6 total.
Oh my god, no.
I'd like Squeak to roll a 2d12.
First time I use a D12, believe it or not.
2?
9. That's a 5 and a 4. Wait, so 5
Huff,
actually.
You take 9 points of sonic damage, and you are
Wait.
deafened for the
Yeah.
rest of the night.
Oh my god, I made Huff go deaf. I am so sorry, Huff. That
For
was
everyone
not
who
my
doesn't know, the
intention.
condition deafen means a creature can't hear and automatically
Hoff said
fails any
tenor.com.
ability checks that require hearing.
Oh my god. I am so sorry, Huff.
I'm not. Oh, wait. There we go.
I am so sorry.
Anyway, that's enough out of you.
What happened to the tabaxi?
You have no idea.
Did he just fucking disappear after that?
The wall is gone.
Don't tell me you fucking eliminated him from existence.
Possibly.
Is there rubble? Is the wall on the
There is
ground? Or is
rubble.
the...
Hoff said he's buried, I bet.
He might be under that.
I swear,
Can I roll a perception check?
Guys, wouldn't it be hilarious if Kriv wanted to get his first kiss, and then that happens?
No.
Mid-kiss, just hears a
Violently,
roar.
and they're like, what the fuck? Dad? Wait, is that my dad?
Would have been worse if they were going at it and Earth started shaking.
No.
And also, for the record, Qualia, you would have just lost the bet.
Hoff said he also not going there XD.
He's actually dead? You just confirmed that he's dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
I am so sorry, Danky.
He just got obliterated.
Smokey, I'm sorry.
It's whatever.
Thank you for the record. I did not predict this. He was supposed to get away.
Oh, that's fine.
What the fuck?
I am so sorry. I did not know it was gonna be that powerful.
Hoff said why did you use him though?
Oh my god. Now we won't know what the fuck he was doing.
Hoff said
Alright,
could we
Wait,
use
no, I take
someone
that
else?
back. He's not dead.
I think this calls for another point of inspiration.
I maybe later.
Smokey / DM replied to Horfjovks *FR. This does not fit Bird's character at all.
Can I roll perception to see if I find him?
Horfjovks said, wait, can I use my inspiration real quick for that dex save?
Oh, wait, yeah!
Billy,
Hmm.
can you?
Huff asked if he
Oh,
can use his point of inspiration.
I'm gonna say no because the roll was already done.
And then I
Oh
have a
my
question.
god.
Would Squeak have been convicted of murder
Horfjovks said, I
he did
understand.
die,
Forgot I had it.
even if the
I think it's a criminal.
To replied to Smokey / DM exactly.
Kill a criminal,
Horfjovks said, oh.
you can still be charged
Smokey
with murder.
/
I could
DM
use
said,
stealth away.
Horfjovks said, oh. Smokey /
I mean, you are
DM said, oh, I
actually
see.
a good rogue.
Horfjovks said, so that is what is going on.
You're forgetting that I got nat 20s and stealth.
I know. You know, that was Disney's first character, and
Smokey / DM said, I guess. Smokey / DM said, I think.
God.
Smokey / DM said it.
Oh, no, it's not
that.
that. It's not. He's not that. Billy said that he's actually alive, but with really low
I
health.
took it back.
What do you mean it?
Okay, because I'm talking in perspective of we don't know who the fuck it is. Okay, anyways. Billy, can I roll perception to try and find the body?
The unconscious body. Not dead. Not dead. Hello?
I think Billy's still
Sorry,
surprised.
I was typing real quick.
Oh.
Horfjovks said, trust me, it's pretty simple what caused the assailant to do this, if I am right.
Okay, so what's your question, Smoke? Or Squeak?
Can I roll perception to try and find it? Oh, find
go ahead.
them. Okay. Where's perception? Here it is. Please give me something good. Bruh, almost an nat 20. That's a 12.
I swear to God, if you got another nat 20.
It hit the 20 and it went down to the 8. I was like, no.
Squeak, this is your night.
Well, it's not only Squeak's this night. He's not the only one having a good night.
I know, right? Alright, Kriv? Right?
Everybody's having a good night. I mean, freaking...
I mean, I'm
Smokey
dying.
can get some credit for Kriv because he literally started that in motion.
Exactly.
Shout out to Smokey being the ultimate wingman.
I'm so sorry, Smokey. Smokey,
Smokey's
No,
fine.
it's
Thank you.
alive.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Thank you. Are you okay? You went silent as soon as we almost...
I think he's referring to text at the moment.
Smokey /
Ah, you can
DM
talk,
said,
okay.
I just can't talk, skull.
Oh.
Smokey /
Oh, family in the room, I'm guessing?
said literally.
Oh, people sleeping.
Smokey
Okay,
/
okay.
DM said, I'll get in trouble. Smokey /
People
DM
sleeping right
said,
now at his
I thought
place.
for a second it was
Horfjovks
me being
said.
too mean on...
Horfjovks said, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what
You
I
weren't
Smokey
mean.
/
He's still
DM
alive.
said you
That's
need to
really
know
kind.
I was really worried
Smokey /
that he was gonna
DM
be
said
really
PM.
too
Yeah,
mean.
we'll wrap it up soon.
Horfjovks
Thank
said
you.
why.
That way you don't risk getting in trouble.
I do want one of the guards to do a medicine check on me.
Okay. So, anyway, back
Horfjovks
to
said
Squeak.
respect.
You said...
Smokey /
I got a 12.
DM said no, I
On
can
perception.
keep going as long as I don't talk.
Okay. You're trying to find any corpses?
Horfjovks said
I'm
check
trying to
somebody.
find, the what I
Smokey
think might be a
/
corpse.
DM said let's go.
Okay.
Wait,
You shift around through the moment before you do indeed find a corpse. It is a guard.
Oh my god, I just killed a guard.
Uh-oh.
did any
What do you
buildings
do?
get toppled down?
Hoff said.
Can I put the boulders back on him?
Smoky // and said Billy. It's there anyway.
Or no, wait, actually, Squeak. No, wait. Squeak just looks back at Hoff straight in the eyes.
Are you up there at this point, Smokey?
Hoff said, is he actually dead or can I use lay on hands? Smoky /
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're up there
D
at
said,
this
I
point.
mean I was trying to get up there. Smoky
Yeah.
/
I'll allow the
D
spare the
and said,
die.
but it never got to my turn.
Oh my god, thank you, Smokey.
Smoky /
Holy shit, I almost went to jail.
Smoky / D and said epic. Smoky / D and said oh. Smoky / D and said remember guard, dying is not cool brew.
In fact, Smokey, make a medicine check
said
for me.
go. Hoff said
Oh,
LOLXD.
This is a positive medicine check.
Yeah, but what if he gets a
Okay.
1?
So he's still stable. It's fine. A natural one would not have hurt in this case.
No, what if it was a
But
natural
if he had gotten
one?
good enough, he would have revived him straight out.
What if it was a natural one?
It wouldn't have done anything.
Okay.
Oh my
It's
God,
rare
I'm-
for me to do positive rolls, but positive rolls can't have a bad outcome.
Smoky / D and said
You-
can
you
I
can do
carry
that.
him out of the rubble?
Hmm.
Smoky
I guess
/
60% is the
D
perfect
and said
roar.
epic.
If you, like, hold back...
You do spend another 5 minutes, and you find the second guard. Remember, there were two going away at the time.
How much of the wall did I take down?
Smoky
What the
/ D and said same thing.
Medicine check,
Smoky
Smokey, positive.
/ D and said I do. Smoky / D and said ye.
He's fine.
Hoff said lay on hands. Smoky /
Jesus
said
Gonna be
Christ!
the
Smoky
infirmary for about a week,
/
but
D
they'll be
and
fine.
said bahag. Smoky
Do I find
/
anything
D and
else?
said epic.
You
Smoky
the
/
rubble, no.
D and said asterisk go spell.
Okay,
Spell
could I
die.
just
Asterisk,
ask
asterisk,
Smokey for
asterisk.
help? And same. Well, I can't talk to Hoff, but I can show him my freaking journal, I guess.
Oh, and by the way, you do take a point of exhaustion.
What with 60?
Yep.
Oh my god. Do we take the? Where do I put the exhaustion points again?
It's in the conditions at the bottom.
Oh,
Okay, I'm back.
oh, here it is. If it lets me, there we go. That'll be fine. I just need rest.
Wait, did you take a point of exhaustion?
Just because apparently it was, even though it was 60, I got a nat 20 and I fucked myself over.
It wasn't because of the natural 20.
It wasn't?
Nope.
Holy shit. Okay, I need to do this more then, so I can get used to it.
You still haven't found the sweet number. There is a number. I've known it this entire time. You just haven't found it yet.
I'm guessing it's going to be 35.
Okay, question.
Hmm.
Please tell me that you're not doing the numbers on, like, for example, 63% or 62 or stuff like that.
No, I'm not
Okay.
that picky.
Okay, so I'm guessing it's between the 0 and the 5.
Yes, it ends in either a 0 or a 5.
Okay, thank you, because I was about to say, don't tell me I gotta go daily and be like, 1, 2, 3, 4.
35. Do 35 next time. Write that down. 35. That's my guess.
I think I'll try, like, daily do practicing until I find it.
I
Try
mean,
for 35.
Go outside the city.
No, yeah, of course.
Can I be there with him to, like, carry him back if anything happens?
Okay.
Okay, so, like, yeah, like I was saying, I want to tap on both Smokey and Hoff and, like, do signing of help me out.
We're going to
Hoff said
rewind time
question.
here for a
What
second.
do the Dragonborn ladies feel about this tongue poking smiley?
And everybody can start laughing again because
Smoky
guess what's about to happen.
/ D and said
Some more action with Kriv and the lady.
/ D and said bahaha. Smokey forward slash Diang
Alrighty,
said
so
yes.
Kriv, you've spent
Remember-
about
Smokey
15 minutes
Diang
talking
said
and
ice.
flirting with this
Hof
lovely
Jog said
young
yes.
dragonborn.
Remember, you can
Smokey
opt out at any time.
Diang
Yes.
said
Yes,
way
the
ha ha
opt is
ha.
always there.
Yeah, I just
Kriv
remember.
Abyssal said emoji dead body
It's
40.
there for everybody, by the way.
Ah, it's just too funny to pass up.
Wait,
Make a performance check real quick, please. Just to see how well the conversation's going so far.
Yeah. No.
Right in character. Okay. And right as we're gonna jump in on the conversation, she responds with, "Would you like to go back downstairs and get another glass with me?"
Of course.
You start heading out of the gazebo. Hoff passes right by in front of you, kind of looking around and gives you a slight nod. And
we can't hear you. Hoff, remember, you can type.
Horfjavk said tenor.com. Horfjavk said how come you out here?
how come you out here, Kriv?
Don't. Stuff. Doing stuff.
You just are like, busy.
As you finish saying
Horfjavk
that,
said
the
stuff.
Lady Dragonborn takes your hand, puts her head on your shoulder, and just responds with, "This lovely gentleman was just keeping me company on this cold night."
Horfjavk said oh. Smokey // said Vakfuea hwe.
Oh my
Horfjavk
god.
said oh my. Horfjavk said excuse my rudeness.
Oh my, excuse my rudeness.
Horfjavk said I'll
I'll
leave you two to your fun.
your fun,
Horfjavk said he says with a wink.
he says with a wink.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh my god.
You start heading back inside, and even though you're in the hallway so no one can see you, the Dragonborn still has her hand around yours and her head still on your shoulder. You're about halfway down the hall, about to turn back into the dining hall, the classical music not playing.
Horfjavk said last thing I say is remember stay
When
safe.
you hear this familiar, deafening dragon roar outside in front of you. What do you do, Kriv?
Oh my. Not again.
The Lady Dragonborn that's holding your hand instinctually grasps it even tighter and seems to get behind you a little bit.
I mean, if you're hiding behind someone, they can't keep an eye out for you.
What do you do? What do you do, Kriv?
Horfjavk said dang, she got some moves.
I'm so sorry about that. That's one of my friends, yes.
One of your friends is a dragon?
No. They're a Kenku, yes.
That should be the funniest shit ever. A fucking
Horfjavk
tiny
said
ass
ha, ha, ha.
Kenku with the dragon.
She just looks at you with her jaw. If it could tackle and be on the freaking ground. Did you say
Smokey /
Kenku can do
Diang said Lama.
that?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I knew Kenku were bird related, similar to like the dragons, but holy crud! Collecting herself for a moment, she kind of readjusts her dress a little bit. Looks like I'm not the only one who has interesting friends.
Wait, you have interesting friends?
They're bad.
Hold on, she had friends? I thought she only had family.
And then she responds with a kind of a giant sigh. Let's go downstairs and grab some vodka.
Oh yeah.
For context, you were drinking champagne earlier.
Oh,
Hoff Jock said now that's a feel.
Hagen?
Billy,
Hmm.
Billy,
Yes.
one thing I said before I
You need to
left
type.
You
was
need to type.
check what I typed.
Dang, she's got some moves.
I
Mwahaha.
know. I can't
No,
keep up with
the
that.
last
Last thing I said is remember, play safe. Oh, yeah. As you're entering before the Dragon Roar, you hear Hoff in a playful voice. Remember, play safe.
Oh my god.
Alrighty. Do you go downstairs with your lady friend, Kriv?
Of course.
Completely ignoring the Dragon Roar. Got it.
Yes.
You go downstairs and you see Qualia huddled over a downed patron with several guards around them.
Actually, I was going to ask if one of the guards could do a medicine check on me.
Go ahead and roll a medicine check with disadvantage, Qualia.
Me? I thought I was.
Yes,
I know,
you're going to
one of
represent the guard.
Oh. Why? I already have a +1. Why do I have to have disadvantage?
Because guards aren't used to this. As far as the guard can tell, you're perfectly healthy.
Shit. How do they expect to take care of poison people?
One of the guards quickly fetches a poison kit and puts some antidote on the wound and down the patron's throat.
You should steal that and drink it.
No, I'm not gonna steal it. I'm gonna borrow it without asking later.
Oh, for crud's sake. Well, that's a natural one for medicine check.
Oh my god, no. Spills it all over.
Yeah, that patron's dead.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Can I try to help him?
No. Natural one is natural one. In their effort to give them an antidote, they inadvertently poisoned them.
Damn.
But
I just want to stop and be like...
That guard's gonna be missing the next day.
yep.
Fuck.
But guess who will not after almost killing two?
A couple minutes after they declare the person dead, the guard realizes their mistake, and you can just see the sheer look of horror on their face.
Yeah, I want to be looking at them like, oh my fucking god, of course, no.
No, you should have gone like, shh, it's our secret, it was the dart, not you.
Wait, wasn't it the guard that was trying to do it?
The guard that's got the horror look on their face quickly goes over to the Jarl, and you see them talking for a second. And after a moment, you see a look of sheer rage on the Jarl.
Oh shit. That's an honest guard right there. Just stay by their side, not gonna lie.
Then, after a moment, she calms, signals a couple guards to come over.
Hoff Jock said whelp, he's either dead or in the work Varoo.
Qualia, make a perception check.
Oh no.
Why? 16.
You're able to hear this thanks to the silence of the ball. Thank you for your honesty. For now, we have to place you under arrest. You can expect to be released in a day or two.
Oh god.
Oh.
Oh, thank god.
Whew.
Alrighty. The rest of the night
wait.
goes by pretty
Oh.
quickly, with most of the guests leaving very rapidly.
Wait.
Hmm.
I was trying to get Smokey and Huff to help me out looking for the body with the tabaxi.
We'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
Hoff said Billy, can't
More
I
and
help
more
with the searching?
guards, including Hoff, Squeak, Smokey, and eventually Qualia, who shows up, all come to help search. Even about 10 minutes and an additional 10 minutes after they showed up, Squeak, you also notice even the Jarl is there at this point, helping shift through the rubble.
Ooh. Never thought a girl would dirty their hands.
Can I, when I get there, can I, like, go over to Squeak and be like, Dragon Roar? And then he just goes Dragon Roar.
I nod proudly.
The Jarl just looks up and just like, wait, that was you?
Oh, yeah, no. So, this one time, we met a ancient copper dragon that worked, that, you know...
The less I know, the better. Just let my guards and I take care of this. Don't worry about the wall.
No, we weren't planning on helping
guys
the wall.
just-
We were just planning on helping the people.
Go get some rest. We'll debrief in the morning.
Alright.
Oh my! We still need to find that
Wait,
body.
actually, remember how I said I might be poisoned? Would it be okay
Right.
if I went to someone who can, like, properly check? I mean, the last time I had someone check, it was that guard that, you know, fucked up.
I thought
No,
people
wha-
were checking you all night.
Well, yeah, they were until they went out to go deal with this.
Wouldn't they have detected it by now? You're probably fine.
Alright.
Dies next second. I'm joking.
Please don't let me trip. Hold on, can I do a dexterity check?
They're trying to fix. They're trying to
Since I can't hear
like
anything,
get
I want
everything
Hoff
off
to
the
keep
wall, like
searching.
side to side
My
or some
lay-on
shit.
hands might
We're
be
trying to
needed.
look for a body.
Wait, you can't hear Hoff? Oh
He's
wait, no, you're
deaf.
referring to your character.
Yeah.
After a moment, one of the guards kind of picks you up, Hoff, and kind of pushes you towards the rest of the cave crawlers.
Wait, hold on, Hoff, are you here? You? I point at him, point at the ear, and then point back at him. You hear you?
Hoff said I look at them confused.
He looks at you confused.
Yeah, I think you might have deafened him with that roar. And I just, like, do, like, a little, like, wave thing, like pulls towards me, like, come on. Like, that sort of hand, so it's just like,
Yep.
come on, let's go.
Could I stand front right after this and I talk to the Jarl and guard, try and explain to them that there should be a hopefully alive tabax. No, not tabaxis. I don't know that yet. I think.
Yeah, you don't know.
That there should be another body, hopefully alive, somewhere around the rubble or
Yeah, because
close to the rubble.
To know that it was a tabaxi can't really effectively communicate right now.
Yeah. Okay, I want to tell them that and ask if I can stay to help out.
She just shakes her head and is just
Hoff
like,
said I
think
shake my head and go around the
we better
wreckage,
save it for the
searching if
debrief.
there was
Thank
any
you for
on
letting
thrown
us
from the
know,
wall.
But we need to take care of this.
As soon as Hoff starts turning back, I want to grab his arm and then just pull him.
Okie dokie. Hoff, you're being pulled.
And Hoff, I have a 20 in strength. Just so you know.
Hoff said.
I have a 20 in strength.
Hoff said.
Don't fucking
Hoff
try.
said.
Can I do a perception
Hoff
check
said.
while we're leaving the place to see if I, by any chance, spot anything?
Go ahead.
Please don't fucking fail me. Where's perception?
Oh, wait, can I get Kriv?
Oh my god, it didn't fail me. That's a 20.
Wait, what?
Not
You
an
rolled
A
a
20.
natural 20?
No.
No,
Okay.
no.
I was gonna be like, I swear to God.
If it's another nat, you should just tell me exactly the exact location of the guy.
But I do.
Okay, 20. You're able to tell based on the pattern of the rebel that there's probably not another body in there.
But I was talking about like the general area, not just the rubble, because you already told me about the rubble. There not being
Hoff
anything.
said I waved my arms around
Rephrase,
trying to
please.
express a desire to have someone
When I
write
got the
something so I
last
can
perception
understand
check, you
what
told
is
me there
being
was
said.
nothing in the rubble, so I was looking around the general
Yeah.
area.
You do see some blood on the far side of the wall, but other than that,
That's probably a trail.
it very abruptly ends, though.
Damn
Looks
it.
like they might have had more than one healing potion.
Oh. That sneaky bitch.
Why
Okay.
do you have to survive?
It's better if they survive, because if we ever find them again, we can actually interrogate them. If I would have actually killed them, we wouldn't have any fucking information.
To be perfectly blunt, if it wasn't Birdie, they would have been dead.
Hoff said, can I try to track them?
I'm still dragging you by the arm.
I wave my arms around trying to express a desire to have someone
Hoff
write
said I
something
want
so I
to
can
try
understand
and
what is
check
being
them.
said. So it sounds like he needs Squeaks' help, ironically.
Yeah, I can write everything down for Hoff.
Okay, so Squeak brings Hoff back up to speed.
I also want to add into that note, bring a message. Do you know anything else? Were you able to see anything else about the criminal?
Your voice sounded familiar.
Hoff said I right. He looked furry, like a tabaxi.
It looked furry.
You only heard.
Yeah, you only heard.
They sounded familiar, like a tabaxi.
Hoff said and their voice sounded familiar. Hoff said oh.
And why didn't you say like the vaccine incantation or something?
Yeah.
Wait, Hoff, you lost your dagger. Because it was in them.
That's true. You lost 20 of your daggers.
I'm so sorry. You lost your dagger.
Hoff said that.
Saying how Hoff told me this information, I can go to the Jarl and tell them that they are probably a tabaxi.
And we might know him, maybe.
Yeah, I just want to give them that little last bit of information of like, they might be a tabaxi, and one of our defend member
right, I want to try and
thinks they sounded familiar.
She just responds with, "Now I definitely want to talk to you guys in the morning."
Oh, I want to talk to you too.
Hoff writes, "I want to try and track them before it's too late."
I want to let go of his arm. I just like.
Yeah, it would be better if we could try and track them. But can you stand up? Are you?
Yeah.
Make a survival check, Hoff.
You got
Hoff said, truthfully, I was wanting to track them from the beginning.
You know, I'm letting you do it. You put your fingers in the street. You taste the blood.
Nope.
Hoff said, I want my bloody dagger back.
I get it bloody because it was in them.
That trail is empty.
Can I assist?
Hoff said, winking face.
No.
Dang it.
I don't think
Wait,
any
what
of you have the stats necessary to track that good of a roll.
I have a +4 in survival.
This one has a +9 to stealth.
And my backup character appears out of nowhere.
Try, though.
See, y'all shit so much on the ranger, but right now we would have needed my backup character.
I think that there's only 2 last things I want to do. I want to look at Squeak and be like, hey, one last time for the night. Do you want to check on how I'm doing?
Squeak, make a medicine check.
Okay.
Succeed. Please.
12.
Qualia is perfectly healthy.
Of course. Why are we cursed?
I would say, don't I get proficiency because of my herbal kit? But I think that's only if I'm doing like stuff with the kit.
Your proficiency is a +2, right?
Yes.
It wouldn't matter.
It
A
wouldn't matter.
14
Okay.
would still be Qualia perfectly healthy.
All right.
Okay.
I also want to go and get Kriv. I also wanted to say, Squeak, I'm gonna like stay. Can I stay in your room tonight just in case I just start vomiting blood in the middle of the night?
No, there's not enough room in each individual hotel room, unfortunately.
I will sleep in the hallway of the room. I don't care.
You'd have to sleep like on the floor of the room if you want me to even hear you. Because if you're outside the room, I wouldn't be able to hear you.
You would only get a short rest, not a long rest.
Yeah, that's fine.
The one that mostly needs the long rest right now is me and Hoff.
Yeah, Hoff needs it bad.
You can be out for a tiny bit in the middle of the night if anything happens, and still get long rest.
Okay.
Hoofdjavk said you think XD /
So the rest of you make your way to the
Kriv?
inn.
Wait, what about Kriv?
Kriv, heading for the Apple Hall for the night.
Kriv is making babies.
Smokey / D and said you. Hoofdjavk said oh my.
Really
Smokey
can talk.
/ D and said ayo.
Yeah.
Smokey / D and said face with raised eyebrow camera with flash.
God, oh my god, Smokey.
I'm imagining Kriv comes back.
Smokey / D and said tenor.com.
I'm imagining Kriv just comes back to us in the morning. It's just they're like, by the way, I got married and I might have caught someone pregnant.
Hoofdjavk said tenor.com.
Everyone but
That
Chris
cannot
gets
happen
lost.
one day. That's cannot. Oh my god.
Alrighty. And so with everybody winding down, everyone going to sleep, I would like everyone but Qualia and Hoff to mute, please.
It's time for us
Smokey
to die.
/ D and said LMAO.
It's time for us
Hoofdjavk
to
said
die.
oh no. Smokey / D and said I'm still gonna
It
mute
is
even though I
about
can't talk
3
emoji
a.m.
troll. Squeak,
Two of you
Phantom,
in your
said
respective
Nakarara in my room I'd
rooms
hear.
are asleep, dreaming adventurous dream. When each of you around the same time awaken to a sharp pain in your sides.
I want to scream.
You try to scream, but your throat doesn't work.
Can I move my arm?
You try to breathe,
Can I move my arm?
but your
Hoofdjavk
But
said I immediately use
you
lay
feel
in
like your
hands.
lungs don't work. You try to move your arms, but it feels like they're pinned.
Can I roll
You can do
strength?
nothing, as it feels like you are suffocating.
Hoofdjavk said can I curl my fingers?
Hoff, make a constitution check.
Squeak, Phantom, said onged Hoof face with tears of joy. Hoofdjavk said check or save.
Save.
Squeak, Phantom, said also isn't
Yeah,
Karara
I'm
in my
in your
room.
room on the floor.
She said she'd sleep on
Yes,
the floor.
but Squeak is asleep.
Hoofdjavk said Dangit.
You are able to use enough lay on hands that I'm gonna give you a small bonus. Unfortunately, you guys are gonna be doing death saving throws. Hoff, thanks to your ability, you are going to pass one automatically.
Oh god.
And Qualia, I am sorry,
I instantly
but
fail.
because you
Hoofdjavk said so
poisoned
I can't
yourself
cure the poison
twice,
in one go.
I have 2 failures.
You are automatically failing 1.
Oh.
You didn't roll high enough to cure it, Hoff, but you did give yourself a head start.
Horfjovk said sigh.
You're dealing with
Horfjovk
professional
said okay.
assassins, and you got hit by their poison.
Alex, I don't have inspiration.
Okay, so we'll start. Both of you make just straight d20s.
Nat 20.
Quality is safe.
Horfjovk said, can I use inspiration on this?
You're awake with 1 HP.
Me?
Squeak.
Yep.
Phantom
Wait,
said,
did I
holy
completely
shit, that
just
save.
win?
Natural 20 instantly revives you.
So I'm at 1 HP.
1 HP.
Can I move?
Squeak. Phantom
We'll
said,
get
come
to
on,
you in a
Horf, you
moment.
can do IT.
Okay.
Hoff?
Thank God.
Horfjovk said, Billy inspiration.
You want to use your inspiration? If so,
Yes.
you get advantage, so roll 2d20. It's not a full 20,
Squeak. Phantom
but that's
said,
another
holy
pass.
fuck yes.
You only need 1 more to live.
Come on.
Go it again.
I've gotten that one without that inspiration.
You see, this is why I expected someone to die tonight, because of Koalia's instant fail 1.
Question. Can someone give me inspiration?
I mean, if someone wants to
Smokey
sacrifice a
forward
point of
slash forward
inspiration,
slash
Smokey.
D and
Smokey
said I'll
gives
give
it.
it.
Smokey.
Oh, that's so kind of you, Smokey, giving up your gun
Squeak.
inspiration.
Phantom said, Smokey the
Smokey,
savior.
thank you.
Smokey
you.
forward slash D and said rip my gun. Smokey forward slash D and said sad smiley. Horfjovk said thank you. Smokey forward slash D and said better fucking suicide. Squeak. Phantom said that's the new Smokey title.
Oh my god!
Squeak. Phantom said this mfur heals like crazy.
Hoff,
Horfjovk
you
said I
are
pass.
stable. You are not awake, unlike Qualia, because of her natural 20, but you are stable.
Am I able to like grab Squeak?
And you know what? Danky,
Defending?
for me
Horfjovk said
picking on
didn't you say that we woke
your
up?
first character, and for sacrificing a long-term goal, you can keep your inspiration.
Oh my god.
Smokey forward slash D and said smiling face with sunglasses.
Oh my god.
So,
Smokey forward
Hoff,
slash
you fall
D
back
and said
into a
S.
slumber,
Kriv Abyssal said emoji
because of the
thumbs.
poison, but you are stable. Qualia, you jolt awake sitting up, focusing on your breathing. In, out. In, out. It's getting
Horfjovk
easier
said
to
wake
breathe.
me please.
Did
Dash.
I vomit any blood?
No.
I want to
You
grab.
you feel sick, but you did not vomit.
I want to grab Squeak by the arm and shake him.
Squeak, you're awake.
Squeak. I just survived.
Everybody's
Okay.
on mute, by the way.
I just survived being poisoned. I think we need to check on.
Horfjovk said I very
Just
much
in case.
appreciated it, Smokey.
More importantly, first we're gonna check on you. So, if I were to use my herb kit, what
Yes,
do I
you
have to
can cure
roll?
them. Medicine check.
With a
advantage?
plus. Okay, that's a nat 20. I am not joking. That is a 24 total with that nat 20.
Quality, you're
Horfjovk
full
said
health,
oh
you're no
no.
longer poisoned.
That was amazing.
Uh,
Oh my god.
I want to jolt out of the room into Huff's room.
You find Hoff
Hoff
asleep on the
Javk
bed,
said I got
barely
poisoned from
breathing.
tasting the ball food.
Can I
Smoky forward slash
roll
forward
again?
slash
Medicine?
Diang replied to Hoff Javk's
Because of the
NP.
natural 20, I say you instantly wake him up and heal him.
Hoff Javk said what
Nice.
happened to all the guests.
Oh my.
So,
Hoff Javk
Billy,
said the yo.
I was expecting Qualia to die.
yeah, I think we exceeded your expectations.
said
I told you
same.
no.
I expected Qualia to die tonight. And I thought there was a fair chance Hoff was going to kick it too.
We lost no one. I literally said we were gonna lose no one.
Exactly. We did it, guys.
Question.
Can I do a group hug between the three of us to be like, guys? I'm so
Smokey
glad
came
you're
in with a
here."
clutch, giving that inspiration point. Like, holy shit.
After I hug him, I want to go into Smokey's room and give him a hug as he sleeps and be like, I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad you're in my life. I love you.
Smokey, you just wake up to a sobbing Qualia on your shoulder, praising you just being in the group. You are completely confused.
I just survived the being poison, and so did Huff.
Hoff Javk said can we try to check the yo?
Sleepwalking or
I have a
something?
very
Come
bad
on, it's
feeling.
3 a.m. Give me some
I-
sleep.
I pointed to both of them and go, poison.
Lived. Poisoned
And it's at this point where Qualia coughs up a bit of blood.
Shit.
Wait, is all of this
poor
all over
on
Smokey?
me, on me
Is
too.
it on Smokey?
Damn.
Okay, maybe we should go to, maybe we should get a second opinion. I don't know. All I know is we had so much luck in surviving.
Rip my tuxedo.
Emil,
Damn it.
No, you're in your pajamas,
Squeak
Smokey.
Okay,
Phantom
thank God.
said you could tell us about the yo.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, wait. Yeah, no, Hoff is already saying that we have to check on the URL.
No,
And we will check on the Jarl next session.
good job, everyone. Thank you.
That was
Said
one
I'm
heck of a
afraid they were
session. We
poisoned.
went in with Billy saying that one or two of us were gonna die, and we went out with no one dying.
We
Can you
fucking-
blame me?
Get in
Can you
action.
blame?
Thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying us defying the odds. Thank you. Please have a great day. I care about you, probably, and I hope you have a great day.